got enough of it.
Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Carly and welcome to my YouTube family. So today's video is going to be on this Foxy eye makeup look. Now this has been a trend for a while now and I really wanted to recreate it, so that's what I did in today's video. And I paired it with some beautiful glowing skin and a more of a nude pinkier brown lip. I really think this look could be worn pretty much on any occasion if you have an event or a party to go to. I just really think it flatters a lot of different eye shapes. I have more kind of hooded eyes, but I find doing this technique has just kind of lifted my eyes a lot more as well. So I definitely think anyone could try this look out. If you do like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel down below and join my little YouTube fam. Let's just jump straight to the video. If you'd like to see how to achieve this Foxy eye makeup look, then please keep watching. First I'm going to start with my skin, and to prime I'm going to use this primer here from HENRIKSEN. This is the Banana Bright Face Primer. This has been my go-to favourite primer recently. I just love how it makes my skin look. It gives it really good hydration and moisture, and it also just gives this really beautiful radiant glow look to my skin. And I do find that it makes my foundation look nice and glowy on top as well. So if you haven't tried this HENRIKSEN primer, I definitely recommend trying it out. And it does give a really beautiful brightening look to your skin as well. And for foundation today, I'm using one of my all-time favourites. This is the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. I'm using the shade Barcelona. I'm just going to use my Fenty Beauty Sponge to blend that into my skin. As you can see, my neck is a lot darker than my face currently. I do have a spray tan on, so you do always want to make sure your foundation matches your neck, and that way you don't have any difference in colour. This foundation has really nice coverage. It's more medium buildable to full coverage, and I just love how it gives a really nice dewy look to my skin. It is more of a radiant finish foundation, so it's just going to give that nice kind of hydrated, moisturized look to my skin, which I definitely like. Having more dry skin, I don't use too many matte foundations unless they're more of a semi-matte, but if I'm going for that more dewy glowing skin look, this is definitely one of my favorite foundations to use. For concealer, I'm going in with the Fenty Beauty Instant Retouch Concealer. This one is in the shade 210, and I'm just going to conceal under my eye area first and just down the center of the face as well. So some on the middle of the forehead, down the bridge of the nose, on the corners of the nose where I get a little bit more redness, and also on my chin area, and just around the corners of the mouth where I do have a few little blemishes at the moment. And just using my beauty sponge once again, I'm just going to blend that into the skin. And I'm also using that over my eyelids, which will be my eyeshadow base. This is a really beautiful, more medium coverage concealer. I just find that it gives a little bit more of a moisturized look to my skin. It's not a matte finish concealer, which I don't tend to use all that often. And it definitely doesn't crease under my eyes, and it just covers any blemishes on the skin really beautifully. It just gives you that really nice flawless look to your skin. To set my face, I'm using the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Complexion Powder in the shade Sand. This is a beautiful lightweight finishing powder that I like to use just to set my face. Nothing too heavy or too powdery. I don't want my skin to look too matte, so this is just going to help set my skin but without making it look too cakey. I'm just going in with a big fluffy brush. This is a Morphe R2, and I'm just going to lightly dust that over the skin. And to bronze up my skin, I'm going in with my current favourite bronzer, the Fenty Beauty Sunstalker Bronzer in the shade Island Ting. This is a beautiful, more of a warmer toned bronzer, and I just love how it just gives that beautiful sun-kissed look to the skin. And I'm going in with this Morphe angled brush, and I'm just going to bronze up around my cheeks. and up around my temples and forehead. I just think bronzer is just one of the best makeup products. It just transforms your face so much. I love adding bronzer and also highlight. Those are probably my two favorite makeup products that just make your skin just look so beautiful. And I'm also just going to bronze a little bit under my jawline just to give that more chiseled look. And I'm also just going to contour the sides of my nose with this bronzer as well. And for blush, I'm wanting something more of a natural peachier tone for this look. So I'm going to go in with the KYLIE Cosmetics Close to Perfect Pressed Powder Blush. And this is just a beautiful matte shade. This is going to add a little bit of a flush of colour, but nothing too much because I'm wanting the focus to be on the eyes for this look. So it's just going to add a little bit of a peachy tone on the cheeks. And I do like to dust a little bit of that just across the top of the nose as well. And I'm going to come back and finish the rest of my face with highlighter and setting spray once I've done my eyes. So we're going to move in a bit closer and start on the brows and the eyes. Okay, so with the Fox eye trend, it's all about lifting the eyes. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to conceal out part of my brow so that I can get more of an elongated, straighter brow, so it's not coming down as much, and that way it'll align with the eyes coming more up towards the temples as well. So I'm going to go back in with my Fenty concealer, and I'm just going to take a little bit on this MAC brush here. This is the 195. It's got this little point on it, which is going to allow me to carve out the shape I'm wanting with my brows. And I'm first just going to start at the front of the brow and come underneath. And as I get more towards the center, outer third, I'm going to start carving out my brows. Okay, and now I'm going to go in with the Fenty Beauty. This is the Brow MVP Ultra Fine Brow Pencil and Styler in the shade Dark Brown. I'm going to start by tracing out the bottom of my brows first. Starting at the front, and as I'm coming towards the middle, I'm going to start bringing the brows slightly more outwards. And then I'm also coming along the top and just filling in that top area of the brows as well. And just using light strokes towards the front of the brow. I want to keep that area a little bit more sparse and not too pigmented. And I'm also just lengthening that brow out a little bit further. And to set my brows in place, I'm using this Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Gel. This one is in the shade Dark Brown. So it's just going to help my brows not flick out and go in all different directions. And it's also going to add just a little bit more pigment and colour to my brows. And I'm just going to bake under my eyes using the Mercier translucent powder. This is going to help catch any fallout of the eyeshadow. And I'm also going to use this Morphe sponge, which has got this really flat edge, and that's going to help determine the angle of where I want the eyeshadow to go. So I'm angling it more up towards my temple area. Does look a bit crazy now, but once the eyes are finished, it'll all just brush off and look a little bit better. And for the eyes today, I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Glam palette, one of my all-time favorite palettes. And I'm going to start by using the shade Burnt Orange here. Just going in with a fluffy eyeshadow brush. This is the MAC 224. And I'm going to start applying this in my crease. Just how I usually would, starting towards the top of the crease. But I'm actually going to start blending it more upwards in line with that powder there, because that's the shape we're wanting to create, that more lifted eye look. I'm just going to apply some more to the outer corner of the eyes as well. Now next I'm going to go in with this shade of Rustic just to deepen up the crease a little bit more. Just more towards the outer corners of the eyes. I'm not going to bring this all the way in, just more halfway along the eye, because we want the focus to be more on the outer part of the eye. And for the wing, I'm going to start with the darker brown shade in this palette called Cypress Umber, and I'm going to use a eyeliner brush just to kind of map out where I want the shape of the eyeliner to go. It's always a good idea to use more of a shadow first, then going in with liquid liner. That way if you do make a mistake, it's a bit easier to correct it. So I'm just going to go in with this shade first. And I'm going to use this flat eyeliner brush from MAC. This is a 212 brush. I'm just going to go along my top lash line first using this shade. And I'm just smudging it in to the lash line. It doesn't have to be a perfect straight line because we are going to go over it with liquid eyeliner. We're just kind of getting the shape to start with. And now I'm going to do the wings. I'm going to go more of an upward direction towards my brow. Okay, so now we've got the wings on both sides. I'm going to go in and add some eyeshadow under my lower lash line. I'm going to start with the first shade we used from the palette, Burnt Orange. And I'm just going to blend that pretty close to the lash line. And then I'm going to go in with the shade Rustic and just do that more towards the outer corner of the eyes. Now I'm just going to dust away this loose powder underneath. Okay, now we have the shape of the wing with the eyeshadow. I'm going to go in with a liquid eyeliner just to sharpen it up a little bit more. And I'm going to use the Too Faced Better Than Sex liner. And I'm just going to go very close to the lash line with this one. And then I'm just going to follow that outer wing shape. And then I'm just going to go back in with that Cypress Umber and just kind of smoke that line out a little bit more. And then going back in with the liner, I'm actually going to do a little line just in the inner corner, and that just kind of gives that whole foxy eye shape. So just wanting the line to kind of follow the direction that the outer wing is going. So it's going to come down a little bit more just below the tear duct. And then also just make a little triangle into the inner corner here. And to line my waterline, I'm going to go in with the Fenty Beauty Fly Liner Longwear Eye Pencil. This one is in the shade In Big Truffle. It's a dark brown. I'm going to connect it to that inner corner liner. For mascara, I'm using the Too Faced Damn Girl Mascara, and I'm going to apply that to my top and bottom lashes. And for lashes today, I'm using these ones by MAC. These are the number 36, and you can see they're quite a winged out lash on the end, so this is going to really help with that foxy eye look. And I'm also going to apply the ends slightly above my lash line, and this is going to help to lift my eye as well. So I'll pop these lashes on and I'll be right back. Okay, so lashes are on, so you can see how just by placing them slightly higher on the lash line, it just gives that lift, which is what we're wanting with the foxy eye look. So moving on to the face again, I'm going to highlight my face with the Anastasia Beverly Hills AMREZY highlighter. This is my current favourite. It has been for quite a while. I always find myself going back to this. It's just the perfect champagne toned highlighter. I'm just going to apply some of that just to the tops of the cheekbones. Just right above the brows where the sun hits, just gives that natural highlighted look. And I'm also applying some right down the centre of the nose, on the tip of the nose, and on the cupid's bow. I would usually highlight the inner corner of my eyes, but I'm wanting the eyeliner to kind of be more of the focus, so I'm not going to do that today. So now for lips, I'm going to first line my lips using the Morphe lip line. This is in the shade Love Bite. Really nice mauvey pinky brown tone. So I'm going to start by slightly overdrawing my top lip. I really love the formula of the Morphe pencils. If you haven't tried them out, you really need to. They're so affordable, and they just are really pigmented and really creamy and really easy to use. And for lipstick, I'm first going to use this Huda Beauty lipstick. This is one of the Power Matte lipsticks in the shade Interview. This is a little bit more of a pinkier mauve tone. It's a really nice, more of a pink nude shade. I'm just going to lighten it up in the center using another one of the Huda Beauty lipsticks. This one is in the shade Board Meeting. It's a little bit more of a brownier nude, so I'm going to apply that to the center. Just gives that little bit of a contrast to the lips. Lastly, I'm going to set my face with the TATCHA Luminous Dewy Skin Mist. This is definitely one of my favourite setting sprays. It just makes my skin look so beautiful and dewy and glowy. So this is the final look. I'm absolutely in love with the fox eye shape. I think it really complements my hooded eyes and it just makes them look more lifted. I just think it's a really fun makeup look to do. I'll definitely wear this out to like a party or an event. I think it looks really nice, and you could of course pair it with any lip color. I chose this more of a nude pinkier brown. I just wanted the focus to be more on the eyes, but this would definitely look amazing with a brighter lip as well. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to my channel down below. Let me know what videos you would like to see next. I will be doing my May and June favourites video shortly. I did miss out on May just because I had a bit of time off when I was sick. So we'll be doing those jointly together. But let me know what other videos you would like to see as well in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.